Today I'm going to talk about foam rolling. So I'm at a gym up here in Troy, New York. It's my family's home, and I'm having this opportunity. Usually I do videos down in Florida, but this is a nice little gym that they have. So we're up here doing some videos. Okay, so foam rolling. Foam rolling is essential for many reasons. The major reason prior to exercise, and even after exercise you can do it as well, but I recommend that people do it approximately once a day. What it does, it's almost like a massage. It's going to lengthen your muscles to a correct resting tension over time if you do it enough, and it's going to optimize the firing of your muscles to be more efficient and to minimize injury. So I'll show you some steps here quickly. I go through it. This takes a little bit longer, but for the sake of the video, it's going to go a little quickly. And before we get into anything, it's really important that you consult a physician prior to exercise. Make sure everything's okay, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions, and even not, if you're in good shape, it's always good to get a checkup. So you'll be ready to go. Okay, so we're going to start. Typically I start down on the calf muscles. I'm going to roll. Now this foam roll is a short one, and it's got some nubs on it. They have longer ones without nubs, and you can do both feet. But I always like to do one if you want to add some extra pressure on it, and it's a little advanced. You can just cross your leg over and use that weight. But for this video, we're going to do this. You want to roll an inch per second. Now, if you get to a point where there's a knot in the muscle, you're going to feel it, and you're going to want to stay on it. So you're going to have to go, ouch, there's a knot here. And you're going to stay on it approximately 30 seconds. And then roll back and forth. Knots are caused by the muscle fiber running this way. You got transverse across here. You got the muscle collagen buildup. So you're going to get a knot in there internally. Everybody has them. And it's just part of living. And if you're athletic or doing any type of sports, you're definitely going to, from muscle usage, you're definitely going to have to foam roll. All right, so going back and forth on this leg. And I feel a spot here. I call them a hot spot. And I want to stay on it. For the sake of the video, it's going to be short, but you want to stay on it approximately 30 seconds. You roll an inch a second. These are the calves. So I'm starting with the lower leg. Now I'm going to go, I'm going to do the perineals. They're down on the lower leg, and what you're almost doing a plank here. So you're doing coming up and just rolling. You might feel a point where you need to stay on it. There's that ouch point, and you stay on it 30 seconds. Then you come over here. So you got your anterior and posterior tibialis in the lower leg, and perineals. Just roll for that. Here. Come down. Stay up on the plank. Yay! So you're doing some abdominal work. Okay, so we're going to go up further. So you're going to go either below the knee when you roll or above the knee. Never roll on a joint. Very bad. Okay, so let's just do one leg at a time. So we're doing the medial hamstrings. We're coming up and rolling. Come back a little bit here. Come up. Roll. Looking good. All right. Over the other side. Oh, I feel a hot spot or just a knot. So I'm going to stay on it like 30 seconds. So I'm off. Good. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to come up and roll a little bit higher. We're going to sit on the foam roller, and we're going to come over. Let me show you from the side. I'm going to come over, here, I'm gonna roll the right here. You feel a spot. So this is a piriformis muscle. It runs right in here. A lot of times people have back pain, and often it's caused by over tight piriformis. So when you foam roll your muscles, you're working them to get them at a correct resting muscle lengths so they fire correctly, as I said before, and you avoid injuries. So these are tight right now from exercise, and yeah, come over here. Before I go over there, coming down here, there's a muscle in here. The TFL, it's right below the hip. We're gonna roll that to tensor fascia latae. I call it the coffee muscle. So TFL is, you're more over on your side, you're going rolling just below the hip bone. And we come over the other side, and we'll roll that piriformis. I'll just get a better angle here so you really see where I roll. Coming up. Now I do a lot of cycling and things. Yesterday I did water skiing, which I failed miserably at, but I use a lot of muscles down here, so I'm sore. And I come down here, TFL. And roll on that. Okay. Before I finish the legs, I'm going to roll inside the thighs. So I'll come here, get the foam roller, and then here, 90-degree angle or so with the knee, and just roll in here. So you're rolling the adductor magnus muscles, and up toward the groin, you have the pectineus group. There we go. And we'll go to the other side. Good. What I want to roll as well is I want to roll the quadriceps. So I'm going to come up here and roll them. This one, I can do one leg at a time. I'm going to do two at a time here. So I'm rolling from just below the hip all the way down to just above the knees. When I hit a hot spot, I'm like, okay, this is hurting, so I'll stay on it. Let's say 30 seconds and I'm done. So remember, roll an inch a second, roll back and forth a few times. You'll get it down to a science, really, based on how you're feeling, how much you want to roll. So I suggest you roll at least maybe about 4 times up and down, minimum. Okay, so we did that. So you really have all the legs done. We're going to come up to the T-spine, thoracic spine here. So you're going to come up into like your hips are off the ground. You can go like this, back and forth, just below the shoulder blade, and take it down just slightly, maybe about 3 or 4 inches. Come up, and just do that. And there again, if you a hot spot there, you go and stay on 30 seconds. Latissimus dorsi is a long back muscle. It starts up here and comes all the way down. Really get a good roll on that. Surprisingly enough, we're going to just come here. No, oh, a little transverse. You can see me. And you're just going to roll slightly here, almost under the armpit, but then if you're gonna feel it. I'm feeling this, and you can actually roll back a little bit if you don't get the right position, and you just come down, and then we'll do the other side. Well, that feels good. Okay, so essentially, that's what we're doing on the foam rolling. So you can purchase these on Amazon or any place, a local retailer, any other place online. And if you see them at a gym, it's good to use them now. I use them prior to working out, especially if I'm going to do more intense workouts. Then I'm really going to focus on the foam rolling, which you should focus on anyway. But you really want to do it. And then after the foam rolling, then you can do your dynamic stretches or your active stretches to get your body ready for, working. Come out here, do some dynamic stuff, stretching up and around. So, but do the foam rolling prior. So this is John Camp, Coach John Camp Fitness. Enjoy it. Have a good day.